Hey there, and welcome back to Cooking with Gunther's Gourmet. This is going to be our 4th episode. So if you have to binge watch us, like our YouTube channel, catch up with us, because today's recipes kind of have to do with the last 3 recipes. We have a lot of leftovers, so what we're going to do is take all these leftovers and we're going to make 3 quick dishes with it. We're going to do Nachos Gunther style, featuring Gunther's black bean salsa, Gunther's jalapeno salsa fresca. We're gonna make a quesadilla, chicken quesadilla with leftover chicken, cheese from the pizza edition, and then we're going to do a breakfast burrito. Couldn't be simpler, couldn't be easier, but the only thing here today that we're gonna do might be not on the recipe list is quick guacamole. So what you do is you take your avocado, run a knife around it, give it a quick spin, twist it, and you've got your avocado. To get the pit out, just twist it, turn it, and you've got your avocado. There's a little bit of brown in this one. We'll just dig that out before we use it. Same thing for the next avocado. We're gonna use 3 sides. We're gonna save 1 side for garnish. Quick, easy, simple. Hit it, twist it, it comes out. Knock it off your knife. We'll take a little spoon and get some of the brown out. Avocados are a little bit hit or miss. So I want the best looking one to save for garnish on the side. And what you're gonna do is just take your knife, make some slices. Don't, be careful, don't go through the bottom. He'll end up in the hospital. So we just crisscross the avocado. And then we're just going to scoop it out with a spoon, and we're done. Crisscrossing, it just starts to break it up so you don't have to spend as much time mashing. We're just doing a quick, simple, and easy. So we're going to add a little bit of fine diced yellow onion. Not a lot, just a little bit for flavor. We're going to add a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, a little bit of citrus. We got to go with the lime. And the best way to juice a lime, you know, people have these things here. That's just way too difficult. When you're at a bar, you're at a restaurant, watch and see what those guys and ladies do. Restaurants usually know how to do things quick and efficiently. Buy one of these, they're only like $5.99. Just give it a quick little, we don't need too much, and put it to the side. Quick, simple, clean. And we're just gonna mush this up. We'll need a bigger spoon. And that's a quick, simple guacamole. Am I missing anything in here? Salt. Oh, jalapenos. We need a couple of jalapenos in there to give it a little bit of heat. I think we're gonna be, you can have it chunky, you can have it very pureed up. But this is just going to be a nice topping on the nachos, on the quesadilla. So there we go. We're just going to set that for the side. This shouldn't brown because we did put the lime juice in it. Now, what we're going to do now is do Nachos Gunther style. And the reason this is a little bit different, and we're also going to feature another local Richmond product. We have Capital Chips. I think they're out of the Midlothian side. That's the south side of Richmond. Jennifer makes these. Great chip. We'll put a link to her website in the bottom. But you know, we like to promote local, and she has a great product. We do work together. We do share a lot of business ideas together. It is a wonderful chip. Let's get a full size one in here. She can tell you all about what she does, you know, but it is a nice, solid, steady chip, and it will hold. it will hold the temperature in the oven. It will hold cooking. Now, what I like to do that's a little different, every time you get a plate of nachos, it comes out, it's piled high with nachos. It's got the cheese and the goodness and the gooiness on top. Everybody gets a chip, and then it's a plate of warm nachos. Not much more to eat. So what I like to do is I'm using my black and white bean salsa. That is a good, rich, chunky salsa. It is quite nice. I like to put it at the bottom of the plate. Spread it out a little bit. That way when you get to the bottom, you have something to dip it in. And it also keeps, I don't know if you ever noticed, when you turn a plate real quick with nachos, they all slide off. So this actually is, you're gonna use it as glue and an extra layer of flavor. And then we're gonna top it with a small layer of nachos. We're not doing brain surgery here, so this can't be simpler. We're gonna hit it with a couple of tomatoes. This is all leftover product from the last 3 videos, so we're just using what we have left over. Peppers. We've got red onion. We've got some scallions. Well, we'll put the scallions on later. We'll do chicken on half. And then cheese.
About how much cheese is that?
Handful. We're going to start this all over again. And this way, every single layer is going to have something for you to enjoy. It's not just the top layer. We'll put the chicken on half. This time we'll add a little bit of salsa. This is our jalapeno fresca. This is our traditional medium salsa. Nice, good, chunky. And this one is, there you go. There's the good chunks in there. We have a fresca, which is our mild version, and a jalapeno fresca, which is our medium version. So we're pretty proud of these two because everybody makes a salsa. The unique salsas are a little bit different, but you know, apples to apples, when we compare our salsas to other people's, it is always an award winner. You can do this as many layers high as you want. There's only 2 of us here eating today. And that's it. We'll dress it up when we're done. So, all right. So while that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make a quesadilla. Again, we're using leftovers. I always keep flour tortillas in the kitchen. There's always a pack in my refrigerator. So again, we're gonna hit it with the black and white bean salsa. This is just a good, hearty, thick salsa. This, by the way, is also good on hot dogs. If you don't have a chili, this makes a good hot dog. I also just put it in an oven-proof dish. I basically do this without the flour tortilla. We're gonna put a little bit of the chicken on there. You up for some jalapenos? That's a thumbs up from behind the camera. Couple of red peppers. You can saute these off beforehand if you like, a little bit of onion, but I think we'll be fine putting them on raw. All right, so we fold it in half. It makes it easier to handle. We have a half moon. Instead of using a whole tortilla and then one on top, it's a little bit easier to handle like this. I've got an already warm pan back here. So pan's smidge small for what we're doing. And that's the thing about these glass top ovens. I don't even know how to use them. And again, if you look at my kitchen, we don't have anything fancy here. Nothing fancy at all. So we'll keep an eye on the nachos. Melting down. All right, that's going. And now we're just gonna make a breakfast burrito. So we have our, we're gonna use a little bit of the, here we got some ghee, which is clarified butter. You just melt the butter on low heat, the milk solids will rise, and at the bottom, what you want is the center. That's just strict fat. And that's also gonna give you, when you cook scrambled eggs, if you use ghee, it's clarified butter, there's no milk solids in there. So you're not going to get that brown spots on your eggs. Your eggs will come out nice and yellow without the brown spot. So what the brown spot is the milk solids burning. Don't want too much. We're going to go ahead and toss in a little bit of peppers. Nice little sizzle. I like a little bit of red onion in mine. Also with this, we can put the chicken in there. You can put leftover sausage in there. Hit it with just a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, and what we're going to do is scramble 2 eggs up. I like to hit the tortilla just for about 5 or 10 seconds, warm it up a little bit. We're going to have a sizzle platter we'll put it on in the oven. And you don't want to microwave it too long. They'll start to bubble up, turn into a balloon. We just want it a little bit warm, a little bit malleable. Now what we're going to do is scramble 2 eggs. Now I always crack the eggs use it with 2 hands, and I crack it on the table, not the side. When you crack it on the side, you tend to get shells in there. And when you crack it with 1 hand, I tend to get shells in there. I know my abilities and my limitations. I'm going to give this a good scramble. Get the yolks, the whites emulsified. So, I gotta get the camera. Give this a little toss. We're gonna find out whether this thing is, how this is looking. Oh. The eggs.
What's going in there?
Little salt, pepper. We got peppers. Let's throw a couple of jalapenos in there. Get a little spice on that. All right, so we're doing 3 things at once. Chips are starting to burn a little. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them. Finish scrambling my eggs. I don't want them too firm, too hard. And again, you can put sausage, you can put anything you want in there, because they'll finish cooking in the oven. We're going to toss this in the oven for a second. Seam side down. Get that a little bit tighter. Seam side down. Gonna hit it with a little bit of cheese. Pop it in the oven. All right. So those are the nachos. We've got a nice tray, and they don't slide. We got them on there. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of salsa on top. A little bit of the guacamole. A little bit of sour cream. And we'll hit it with some sliced green onion. There's your nachos made with leftovers. All right, those are your nachos. We're gonna try the quesadilla here next. Couldn't have been simpler. Let that sit for a second, let the cheese firm up a bit. That's still working in the oven a little bit. We'll get our plates out for a plate presentation. Little red lettuce. We're gonna go ahead and take it. We'll cut this into thirds. Cheese is nice and gooey. And again, we're going to hit this with the Gunther's Jalapeno Salsa Fresca. A little bit of sour cream. Some of the guacamole. So that's entree number 2. It's a nice quesadilla. You do have a protein in there. You do have the chicken in there. And let's see if this one's quite done yet. It is getting nice and bubbly. So we're coming up on this thing. It's got to be careful. It's starting to brown the flour tortilla. I'd like to get a little color on that cheese, but we'll do the best we can. Nothing like a little melted cheese. I think that's going to be about good for us. You ready for this? I don't want to burn the flour tortilla too much. Nice little bit of color on there. We're going to slide this off. Onto a plate. We'll get some of that gooey cheese on there. What we're going to do is we're going to take the avocado. We're just going to slice it in one direction, lengthwise. So there's about 6 or 7 cuts in there. And we'll get a nice sized spoon. Scoop it out in one fell scoop. And we're just going to fan this on the plate. I'm going to take a couple of them off. We're not going to use the whole thing. Fan it out on the plate. Clean the end up. Little dollop of sour cream. Little dollop. Got yourself a breakfast burrito. You can put the bean sauce in there too. Like again, as I said, whatever you have left over, sausage, bacon, whatever you like. And we have, made with leftovers, a nice trio of Gunther's, well, it's basically a Mexican fiesta, a little bit. You got nachos, you have quesadillas, you got a breakfast burrito. All right, so using leftovers from the last 3 videos, we've got nachos, we've got a chicken quesadilla, we've got a breakfast burrito, and time to dig in. These chips hold up really well under the heat. You can hear the crunch in them. Got the salsa. You've got something on every layer here. You're not going to get a chip without something on it. There's cheese. There's cheese on everything. So again, the way we do it, we have bean dip on the bottom, the bean sauce on the bottom, layer of chips, toppings, layer of chips, toppings. You're not going to go anywhere in this and just have a chip without anything on it. Quesadilla. I'm not shy. This is really good, and it's filling. 1 flour tortilla, a little bit of salsa, leftovers. You got a meal. You've got your protein in there, you got your vegetables. You're not eating a lot of white bread. You have a flour tortilla, but it's fairly healthy for you. They're all gonna have similar flavors because they all have the same thing in it. But to keep the kids interested in food, it's just different shapes. But, you know, we have chicken in one, we can have sausage in the other, you know, whatever you have left over. So we have the Mexican Fiesta using Gunther's Jalapeno Salsa Fresca and black and white bean dip. Look us up online. Again, on Amazon, we have our 3 big bottles. We have the Bloody Mary, the mango, and the crab. Everything else can be ordered through Gunther's Gourmet. If you're a retailer and want to carry our 12-ounce jars, our retail jars, email me. We'll put a link down here. And I'll get you the wholesale information. We'll get you the product on your shelf and hopefully get something your customers like. So thanks again for joining Cooking with Gunther's Gourmet, and we'll see you next Sunday. Little scallion flowers, leave them in the water, and it does make for a nice little presentation. We've already eaten all the food, but that's what you get for being new at YouTube. But yeah, what we did, we just put it in the water, makes for a nice little flower, makes for a nice little garnish.